All right, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the sound that you're used to. I look funny, but yo, I'm making money, see? So, yo, word, I hope you're ready for me. Now, gather round. I'm the new fool in town with the signs laid down by the underground. I smoke up all the sativa you got on your shelf. Just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with the Humpty. And old ladies, oh, how I like the funk thee. And all the podcasters in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee. I'm stepping tall, y'all, but just like Humpty Dumpty, I'm gonna fall when the stereos pump me. I like the rhyme. I like my beats spunky. I'm spunky. I like my oatmeal lumpy. I'm sick with this. Straight gangsta Mac. Shout out to Shock G, man. Shout out to the whole digital underground crew. Y'all know how we do. DU, Oakland, California. What's up? What's up? West Side. Anyway, sorry, y'all. I felt like I had to lead off with something. And for some reason, the Humpty dance jumped right into my head. I can't explain it. Anywho, how's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the Friday edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. We burn things down around here because we tired. You know, and sometimes when you can't fight, you can just light. When you get too fired to fight, you just get your matches and your lighter, and you light it on up, light up all the oppression and burn the shit until it smolders into embers. We got a good show in store for y'all tonight, y'all. Y'all, man, Slow Biden. What's up with Slow Biden? Now, Slow Biden looked like somebody. Looked like Hunter Biden must have been in town to drop his dad off a couple of grams. Because Slow Biden was, woo! Let me tell you guys something about this economy. I said, easy, Joe. You too old for that shit, man. Knock it off. Hunter, I told you about going down on Capitol Hill, probably. Where do y'all think? Shout out, where the DMVers at? DC, Maryland, Virginia people. Where do y'all think the most cocaine is sold in this region? It has to be Capitol Hill, right? Like, yeah, I would say Capitol Hill. I'm talking about the actual Capitol Hill complex. I don't mean the neighborhood. I mean the U.S. Capitol complex is where I imagine most of the cocaine in this region resides. That's just a theory. But anyway, Joe Biden was at the State of the Union lying his ass off, specifically about Palestine. We're going to get into that because some new reporting from the Washington Post today reveals that, in fact, the Biden administration, despite not getting any recent formal approval congressionally for further military aid to Israel, the Post says that the Biden administration been selling Israel arms the whole fucking time and not subjecting it to any public scrutiny or review. Shocker, fucking shocker. We'll get into that. And we're going to take a look at some of the protest scenes outside of the U.S. Capitol during Biden's State of the Union. Spoiler alert, the people were 100% with the shits. Y'all need to know that. Also, I'm going to talk about something towards the end of the show that I wasn't really planning on talking about because I wasn't going to talk about it until I saw the most marvelously terriblest take about Usher, the singer, Usher Raymond the Fourths, going to Bali to visit Russell Simmons. I didn't give a fuck. I should go to see Russell Simmons until I was watching the entertainment news segment on my local TV station during the midday. Because you know I'm an auntie and I'm 45 years old. And I guess when I turn 60, I'm gonna start watching The Price is Right. But I'm 45 now, so I'm watching. I'm watching Good Day DC. I'm watching the little entertainment news. I'm not quite Price is Right years old yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, but not yet. Not yet. So I'm watching the entertainment segment on Good Day DC. Everybody on the couch black. 3 black women and a black man. And the issue about Usher going to visit Russell Simmons come up. And these black folks sitting on a couch on a TV station in Washington, DC, had the audacity to say that Well, your friend is your friend. You gonna be friends with who you gonna be friends with, regardless of what they're accused of. And one of the contributors even used the poorest of poor analogies, referencing, I suppose, Russell's numerous rape allegations to stealing a lollipop. I almost melted the fuck down on my own couch. And I wasn't going to talk about the shit, but obviously, obviously, bad takes are being had left and right. And I would like to throw, at least I would think, an improved take upon why it's interesting when people tell you who they are. When people reveal that some of their besties is rapists, perhaps you can make certain assumptions about their character. And if that is the case, then as a consumer, that could make certain decisions and influence the way we choose to support or not support those people. So I want to talk about that a little later. We've got some things happening in the coming days, kiddies and my biddies. We've got the disability support chat happening Saturday. I'll give you the details about that. This Monday, 3/11, Yawns truly is going to be on the Piper Carter podcast, Beyond Breaking Barriers. I am so excited about that. I want to remind y'all again, because I have told y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all again, and I'm gonna post it on a community page, and I'm gonna make sure that you guys can find it. Go to BPM and set your bells and notifications and get on the good foot with that, because I'm super excited to be joining Piper Carter. I'm the guest. That's awesome. Um, it's also come to my attention that I didn't realize, y'all, that Letterhack had put out an invitation for me to come join his show. I didn't realize this until I was watching him with Renee. Renee, oh my God, he drew the cutest picture of Renee. She's so adorable. Renee Johnston, of course, friend of the show. Saturdays with Renee on Black Power Media. And so I'm watching his interview with Renee, which was quite good. And Renee, he was like, burn it down with Kim Brown, the invitation's open. I'm like, oh, that sounds nice. But then he started asking Renee questions. And I said, oh shit, is this man gonna ask me questions? Wait a second. Time out. I ask the questions. I don't get asked questions. I'm not the interviewee, ladies and gentlemen. I am usually the interviewer. And I realize I don't know how comfortable I am being interviewed. So I wanted to acknowledge that Letterhack has extended the invitation. I appreciate it very much. I need to ascertain my capacity to be asked questions, uh, because I'm not really used to that happening. So it's definitely not a no, and I'm not sitting here trying to be coy like my fucking inbox is full of interview requests. Okay, that's not how I'm trying to play this at all. I'm just, people usually, if I'm asked, it's usually to come on and talk about a thing, right? Not this thing, not me be the thing. So I just want to say, I heard it, I see you, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I will be in touch. Let me thank all of our folks that is checking in here. I see Quaker. Hi, Kim and Will. What you say? You said, I noticed that the March. Oh, shit. What happened? The March 11 event at 8 p.m. is set actually for 8 a.m. What's happening on the 10th, on the 11th? Is that today? Wait. Today's the 8th. Lord have mercy. Can you change that out? Can you check this out? Says Quaker. Thank you, Quaker, for bringing that to our attention. What event? what event? What event or do you speak of? What event is this? What's happening on March 10th? I don't even know what's happening March 10th, baby. What's today? The 8th? Saturday's the 9th. Sunday's the 10th. What's happening on the 10th? Quaker? Hit the link. Come on in here and tell me. Sweary Fairy, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much to Holly. What's up, Warren Aura? Out this jump. Let me see who else is in here. Thank you, Quaker, for bringing that to our attention. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what's happening on the 10th. Is it the 11th? Are you talking about me and Piper Carter? I'm going to be on the PCP podcast, Beyond Breaking Barriers. What's up to my son Tyler? What's up, Infinite Content? Hold on, Infinite. I did see that you sent a super chat. Let me get to it because I don't want you yelling at me and shit through your computer screen. Infinite. I feel like I've been, some of y'all, I do feel as though I have been cussed out. And that's okay. You know what? Because chances are I've cussed you out too. And that's fine. We that's how we build. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. What you say, Infinite Content? Thank you so much for your super chat support. Infinite says, Kim, it's time to let the chopper sing. Who we letting the chopper sing on? That punk ass nigga Joe Biden? I think so, Infinite. What in the hell is going on in Philly, y'all? Not just Philly, for fuck's sake. You listen to the news up and down the East Coast, you would swear to God they all talk about the same place, right? From DC to Baltimore, Philly, New York, they done let the goddamn National Guards people get on the New York subway system and checking motherfuckers' bags. What the fuck is this? What the fuck you got on them police for? If you need the National Guard, I'm sorry. I don't believe New York City is that goddamn dangerous. I don't. I don't. I was there last year. They have cleaned it up. It's pretty. if shit's happening, I don't know what to say about that. Guard your grill, protect your neck. Y'all know what they do. How we supposed to do here? So anyway, oh my gosh, Bagheera, please leave me alone. That's why I dealt with you before I came and did what the show. Bagheera's doing fine, by the way. Thank you all for asking. Hold on, did Quaker reply and tell me what she was talking about? What's happening, baby? March 11th, 8 p.m. Is booked. Yes, that's me and Piper Carter, right, baby? Right, booked on BPM for 8 a.m. Ooh, I hope Piper don't. I hope it's not really 8 a.m. Quaker. Woo! I was, I was gonna retwist my hair. I was gonna wear lipstick on Piper Carter show. I was gonna try to look like actually nice. Not like I do on the Remix Morning Show. I do not be looking nice on the Remix Morning Show. But, so okay, I'll shoot Piper a text there, Quaker. Thank you so much for your eagle eye. Quaker be on it. We appreciate that so much, Quaker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thanks to everybody who's tuning in and checking in. What's up, Dawn? Thank you so much for making the time, Sugar Sham. Appreciate you, pimp. I'll shoot Piper a text, Quaker. Appreciate that. Thank you for being on the lookout for those kinds of things. So, anywho, gang, we're gonna go ahead and get this train a rolling. Thanks to everybody that supported us during our fundraiser. And just because fundraising time is over, it doesn't mean support time has to be over. But I'll tell you guys how to support the show a little later. So do me a favor. Excuse me. My apologies for burping in y'all's ear. My mama brought me over some kombuchas today. I love kombucha. Woo, child. A little thing to know about me. If anyone ever considered sending me any alcohol, don't. Instead, you can send me a case of GT's kombucha of variety of flavors because I'm quite the fan of GT's kombucha. This is not an endorsement, but that happens to be my favorite brand of kombucha. I love the Cosmic Cranberry, the Guava Goddess. What else do I like? Oh, the Gingerade, of course. What's my shit I fuck with? Oh, the Lavender Love. What else they got? They run them. They got the watermelon shit. They have a lemonade that's actually quite good. I dig kombucha. I can drink kombucha. So anyway, y'all just needed to know that. Mama Lorraine, thank you so much for your super chat support. We appreciate that. Yep. Around the Fire Disability Support Chat this Saturday. I got that coming up. Thank you guys so much. So hold on. Let me pull up my doc here so I know where we're going first because I'm bringing y'all to DC. Y'all ready to come? Let's go. Do me a favor. Like the video. Share, subscribe, comment. Burn it down with Kim Brown. We appreciate all the engagement. So, the State of the Union speech. happened on Capitol Hill. Joe Biden, as some have named him Slow Biden, because Joey B is not the picture of spryness out here. At 80, 81, is he 181? I'm not sure. Nobody really knows actually how old Joe Biden is. Everybody just knows that he's old as shit. And let me be clear, there's nothing wrong with being old as shit. Should you be running shit when you're old as shit? That is the question. But Joe Biden seemingly was determined to put on a good show last night for the State of the Union crowd. Now, I don't really care much about what he talked about beyond Gaza, right? I just don't care because he can talk about the economy all he wants. Joe Biden doesn't run the fucking economy. Wall Street runs the economy. The capitalists run the economy. And yes, Joe Biden did proclaim to be a capitalist. So I guess in part, yes, he does run the economy. He does things to benefit the elitists, the most wealthy, those that benefit the most from a capitalist system, right? That's going to stay the same. Abortion rights, yep, I'm sure he might mean well about that shit. Do something about it then, motherfucker. And the other thing, again, I was mostly interested in his Gaza comments, but I wanted you guys to see how Joe Biden and the State of the Union was received right outside the U.S. Capitol. And we are going to see some clips here, all shot by Chuck Modiano, justice journalist, friend of the show. Chuck don't miss out here, man. Chuck goes to all these joints, and Chuck gets outstanding coverage. He does fantastic person on the street interviews, and at the State of the Union was no exception. So I want us to take a look. This is going to be a few minutes, actually, y'all, several minutes. But again, all compelling. So we're going to see some earlier in the day interviews. There was a rally in advance of the march, in advance of the protest. I can tell you that when the State of the Union happens here in DC, it is thick ass fucking security. Okay. They block off blocks around the US Capitol, blocks around the White House. So the fact that, in spite of all of this very intimidating security and heavy, heavy police presence, thousands of people came out, everybody. It was quite a scene. And I want to pick it up from there. So, Chuck Modiano, we're going to listen to a couple of interviews that he spoke with protest attendees. We're going to see some scenes from the protests, some wonderful chants and slogans were being called and responded to. And we're going to wrap it up with a dope spoken word piece from a Palestinian brother. So, Will, if you could, let's take a look at some of the resistance scenes, the protest scenes in Washington, D.C., the night of Joe Biden's State of the Union Address 2024. Let's take a look.
To be witness to the 30,000 plus people in Palestine who have lost their lives. We have to be the mothers and fathers and aunties and uncles and mamas and babas for those children under the rubble, for those children who are burned and starving in the north of Gaza. We are here for them. And because we're here for them, we're here for ourselves. We're here for our humanity. That's right. You know, we don't exist if they don't exist. It's that simple. We're either going to rise together or fail together. That's right. And right now we are failing. We are both mothers, and we would never allow our children to endure what the Palestinian children in Gaza have endured. That's right. That would never happen. I told them at the Tacoma Park City Council that in Tacoma Park, we would never let a child fall down on the ground or lose a toy, much less lose their lives. So why do we, or to be starved to death, so why do we allow it with them? It's white supremacy, it's settler colonialism, it's occupation, and we are done. That's right. That is done. That's right. This is over. This is the death knell. This is the last grasp of imperialism. That is what's happening right now. They are just trying to hold whatever they can, but they know they can't continue because evil will never, ever, ever rise. Woo! We touch you with genocide! Biden, you can't hide! We touch you with genocide! Biden, you can't hide! Biden, you can't hide! charge you with genocide. Biden, Biden, you're a liar. Biden, Biden, you're a liar. People wanna cease fire. People wanna cease fire. Biden, Biden, you're a liar. Biden, Biden, you're a liar. People wanna cease fire. People wanna cease fire. Democratic Party, we know what side you're on. Remember Hiroshima. Remember Vietnam. Democratic Party, we know what side you're on. Remember Hiroshima. Remember Vietnam.
This is for that kid in Gaza searching for Superman. Sees Apache copters dropping bombs that shake the land. Whoa, damn. This shit preposterous. Open air prisons hit with clouds of white phosphorus. The rocket took his father, the shrapnel it hit his sister. Big brother became a martyr to fight off unwanted visitors. And you know where I stand. Resist, respect that shit, and check your privilege, cause you ain't getting hit, and if you were, I'm sure you probably think the opposite. In fact, you know what? I'm pretty positive. Logic is safety should be most of our prerogatives, but most of us are operatives to profit off this monolith. And in 1948, didn't hesitate to shoot, displaced most of our population time and time from their roots. Then they tried to hide the proof. Looks like 1492, different time, different place, the same white supremacist rule. Now I'm living in a land where the land sees me as an enemy, no liberty. If you want to be, then I guarantee that the FBI got an eye on the people who they set to spy. House arrest, stop and frisk, fund occupation through the colleges. BDS, yes BDS, and they hit you with the claim you a terrorist? On the terror list, on the precipice, drone take out another nemesis. Weapons tested in the Gaza Strip, sold to our pigs and they copy it. What the F seen every day, views on the news getting us played. We gotta mobilize, we gotta organize, and if one dies, then another 10 will rise. We about returning liberation from Turtle Island to Palestine with self-determination. We'll replant every tree, rebuild every home, and until we see that day, our resistance lives on.
Thank you, appreciate it.
My name is Sharif Zakoots. I'm organizer with the Air Resource and Organizing Center.
You're from San Francisco, right?
Sharif from San Francisco, thank you so much. Thank you so much to Chuck Modiano again for capturing those scenes in Washington, D.C. as Joe Biden was inside of the U.S. Capitol complex, delivering the 2024 State of the Union address. And what did they give Biden? No, I'm kidding. I mean, am I kidding or am I serious? No, I'm dead ass serious. What did they give Biden, y'all? I have never seen Joe Biden in recent years at 9:30 so fucking awake. like his eyes was open. Like you could see him, the understanding shit. And then I guess, communicate. Like, I don't know what FDA breakthrough drug that has not yet been released, or whether or not Hunter Biden was just in town after Hunter Biden had just re-upped. I don't, what do y'all think it was? I'm not sure. Kofi R, I see you in the chat. Thank you so much. Kofi said that the black woman speaking at the very beginning was Katia Stitt of WPFW. And I can't recall Katia's title. I don't know if she's a program director or operations manager or something, but she is cool with Jared, cool with Jackie. So we send love to Katia Stitt. I don't know her personally, but I'm a huge fan of WPFW. So Kofi, thank you for your eagle eye and pointing that out there. So I want us to take a really quick clip of what Joe Biden did say about Gaza, what he did say about the Palestinians and the United States' role in it. And this is just a clip, y'all, because honestly, I would rather listen to Trump. Just because I know Trump, at least I'm going to be entertained by Trump's bullshit. And as much as it's nonsense, he delivers it funnily. There's nothing in it. I find nothing entertaining about Joe Biden. They both deliver tremendously bad news. But at least with Trump, I can say, God damn, I can't believe this motherfucker just said that shit. Joe Biden is going to stick to the State Department script out here. He's going to stick to the U.S. state line out here. And he did just that. So let's take a look at a clip from the State of the Union about Joe Biden's comments pertaining to humanitarian crisis happening to Palestinians right now. Let's take a listen.
Tonight, I'm directing the U.S. military to lead an emergency mission to establish a temporary pier in the Mediterranean on the coast of Gaza that can receive large shipments carrying food, water, medicine, and temporary shelters. No U.S. boots will be on the ground. A temporary pier will enable a massive increase in the amount of humanitarian assistance getting into Gaza every day. Israel must do its part. Israel must allow more aid into Gaza and ensure humanitarian workers aren't caught in the crossfire. And they're announcing they're going to have a crossing in northern Gaza. To the leadership of Israel, I say this: humanitarian assistance cannot be a secondary consideration or a bargaining chip. Protecting and saving innocent lives has to be a priority.
But a priority to whom? A priority to Benjamin Netanyahu? A priority to the United States? Because I can tell you the preservation of innocent life, of women's lives, of children's lives, of people that are total non-combatants, absolute civilians, people who are not Hamas members, those humanitarian considerations are not being given. They have not been given since October 7th, since the Israeli response to the Hamas resistance strike against Israel. And in return, Benjamin Netanyahu gets finger wagging admonishment from the White House, but he's still getting replenished with munitions, with bullets. And you know what? Can we say a special fuck you to Joe Biden talking about, I'm going to direct the military to engage in this vast humanitarian mission? Why don't you just tell your ally to cease fire so humanitarian assistance that is already piled up at Gaza's borders, waiting to come in literally? Why is the assistance not getting to Palestinians on the ground? Well, for what we witnessed last week with the flower massacre, when the humanitarian aid comes in, the Israeli troops either fire on the aid trucks or they outright murder the starving Palestinians that are scrambling, trying to get their hands on some provisions. I watched an interview on Democracy Now! And the journalist Amy Goodman was talking to. The woman said, whatever videos that you have seen in your Instagram feeds or on your TikTok feeds of Palestinian people, women, children, men, injured, uh, are made amputees, people starving. Like she said, whatever videos you may have seen in the West, she said on the ground, that shit is exponentially worse. She said it's unfathomable. She said the amount of filth and degradation that the Palestinian people, she's in Rafah, or she was in Rafah, that in the people that are in the south of the country are experiencing, she said you can't even imagine it. And so for Joe Biden to be the commander in chief of the most powerful military on earth, he can't tell Israel to stand the fuck down while aid trucks are allowed in to get to the people that desperately need it the most. No, 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 no. The U.S. is now, 5 months in, now going to build a port. Let's just build a port. Let's just build a new port where the Israelis shouldn't come and blow it up and destroy it, because this is going to be meant for aid for Palestinians. You think Israel's just going to go along with that? You think Israel's going to stand aside and allow the U.S. to build a humanitarian port for the Palestinians who they are very clearly trying to exterminate? Well, if you could please pop up that Democracy Now! Article. Because on the same day as the State of the Union, the Washington Post, and this is democracynow.com, but they were reporting on the reporting. The Washington Post reported about this. So this is the headline. The Biden administration quietly approves 100 plus arms sales to Israel while claiming concern for civilians in Gaza. So while Joe Biden, Slow Biden, Ho Biden, Genocide Joe, Jim Crow Joe, while Ho Biden was up there at the State of the Union talking about we got to prioritize humanitarians, lives, civilian lives. Like that can't be a secondary priority. It has to be top, top, top. Joe Biden, the whole time, has been running arms to Israel since October 7th, right? And I know y'all like, wait, Kim, that's not true. Because remember, the military aid funding was held up in Congress. Remember, them folks on the Hill couldn't get they shit together to approve some aid packages for both Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan. No, Kim, that didn't pass. You were right. They did not do that. That big aid package to military, to those places, that did not happen. But turns out, there's been some loopholes in the law, kids. I know, not America. Ain't no loopholes in America, Kim. Shit. So I think it's the Foreign Aid Assistance Act, some shit white folks done came up with. Apparently, so long as the arms sale is under a certain dollar amount, the executive branch can authorize said sales to Israel, in this case, without having to go through any sort of public scrutiny or public review or require any authorization from Congress. So turns out, for the past 5 months, okay, in addition to the funding that was approved, I don't fucking know, last year, right? And the ongoing package that Obama signed us up for, where we're providing $3.8 billion specifically in military aid to Israel for 10 years. So that's $38 billion. So they still getting that, right? They still getting the other shit that we sent last year. And in spite of this most recent funding request to include Ukrainian and Taiwanese military support, in addition to the shit going to Israel, that hasn't improved. But that Joe Biden said so. He said, BB, my nigga, I got you. All this talk that Joe Biden doesn't really like Netanyahu don't seem to stop him from fucking with him, does it? Right? Because, people that I don't like, when I say I don't fuck with them, I'm not giving them shit that they need and ask for, right? In fact, the opposite, right? If I don't fuck with you, do not put your hand out in my direction, because not only am I not going to help you, I'm going to ask you, the fuck you asking me for? But that's just me. I'm mean. I thought Joe Biden was mean too, but apparently not. Joe Biden arms nations that he doesn't like their genocidal actions. And in fact, there are provisions in some of these laws that the Biden administration is using to authorize some of these lesser volume, weaponry sales to Israel. You're not supposed to sell the weapons to countries that are knowingly using these weapons on civilians. You're not, according to American law, you're not this fucking trash country. This country is not supposed to knowingly sell weapons to countries that are engaging in war crimes, that are engaging in the targeting of civilians. The journalist interviewed on Democracy Now! Said there's no way that Israel cannot know that it is intentionally destroying hospitals, libraries, schools, universities, mosques, residential areas. These are not Hamas hideouts. This is where the Palestinian people live. And these places are being leveled in order to facilitate the destruction, permanent destruction of the Palestinian people and their culture. There's no other way to look at this. So for Joe Biden to sit here and be like, oh, well, we're going to send more humanitarian aid. The aid that they airlifted along with the Jordanian government, I believe, was only enough ready to eat meals to feed. Was the number I heard 38,000? Did you guys hear that? It was a low fucking number, okay? And it's like, we are aware that 1.5 million people are starving. So if you want to send 38,000 meals, well, that just sounds like you're facilitating the conditions to cause a riot. You know what I'm saying? So, and Will, if you could, throw up that intercept piece as well. because oh, Courtney, thank you so much for your support, baby. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, oh, okay, sorry. So Joe Biden is also funding the Israelis and wants to fund the Ukraines, the Ukrainians, to the tune of lots and lots more money. But it turns out you could take that down, Will, actually, that well, what does that say? Okay, I'm sorry. My bad, Will. Because I'm not sure. Yeah. So that the headline of that article said this. It said Biden is bankrolling Israel's war amid growing financial hardships at home. Okay. So just very quickly, not sure if that's what included in the intercept piece, but the jobs created numbers actually was a bit of some foolery. Not this month, but what month are we in? Okay, so for February and January, the Biden administration, or rather the Department of Labor, claimed that the United States added these hundreds of thousands of jobs. Well, that seemed to be a little bit of malarkey, to use a Joe Biden phrase, a bit of malarkey. Those numbers were were revised downward. Um, and so Joe Biden's out here lying. Oh, I'm sorry, children, capping. Guys, there was another piece that I saw on NBC News, and I thought it was a bit revealing. It was actually done by Yamiche Alcindor. And she was talking to Black Christians, specifically a couple of Black pastors who were preaching against the genocidal actions of Israel from the pulpit and standing with the Palestinians. And these pastors were imploring the Biden administration to pay close attention to the shifting sentiments, I would say, coming from Black voters pertaining to what's happening in Palestine. And they had one younger Black organizer, I believe in Georgia, who told Yamiche Alcindor that it was young voters, young Black voters in Georgia that flipped the state purple for Joe Biden, right? It was younger Black voters in Georgia that sent two Democratic senators from Georgia to the White House. And according to what this younger organizer said, he said, these same people are not going to show up for Joe Biden if he doesn't get a ceasefire done in Palestine, right? And Yamiche said, so what are they going to do? They're not going to vote? And the guy said, well, they're probably going to stay home. Now, I would discourage young voters from staying home. In fact, I would definitely encourage you, even if you don't like your options at the top of the ticket, which nobody does, nobody does, but it's still important. You guys got to go vote. Like, there's other shit on the ballot, okay? You got to go vote for your local youngins. You got to vote for your council people, your mayors, your school board, your board of supervisors. Like, all that shit matters. And try to locate the progressive or leftist organizations in your area, because some of them will have guides. Like, they'll help you try to figure out who are the people with the best policies and the best politics that are on your local ballot. Fuck Joe Biden, fuck Donald Trump. There's other shit on the ballot, kids. So don't stay home altogether. You can not vote for president, which is totally what I do, or write somebody in, or vote third party. Claudia De La Cruz, Cornel West, Marianne Williamson, all right there to write them youngins in. But yeah, so don't get too discouraged at the top of the ticket. But my point is this: Joe Biden is going to lose this election based off Palestine, you guys. I mean, count on it. Count on it. And the thing is, Democrats only understand losing. That's it. And the thing is, Democrats really have not been punished. They have not been punished for their rightward turn policy wise. I mean, I know the Democrats have long held law and order politics. You know, we could say this, Lyndon Johnson, even fucking Bill Clinton, especially, right? So Democrats are not so far off their branding as they stand firmly with the military and with the police. But, you know, that's shit that we don't agree with, right? We, in addition to not agreeing with the ongoing support of Israel's genocide in Palestine. So Democrats are going to have to feel these L's, okay? Because at the end of the day, I know that none of us are really Democrats, right? We may have to be Democrats sort of by convenience or necessity, depending on where in the country that you live. But I know in your heart, you are not a Democrat. But at the end of the day, we all are would be Democratic constituents. And if they got their shit together, maybe kind of possibly a little bit, we might consider voting for them again, but they got to get off the bullshit. And this prime bullshit is going to be what happens with the Palestinians and the United States' response to that internationally and how the US chooses to deal with Israel. And if it's still hands off, if it's still a laissez faire approach to Benjamin Netanyahu and his ethnic cleansing actions that are happening in Palestine, then Joe Biden is going to have to feel that. I hope Joe Biden understands that Benjamin Netanyahu is going to cost him the election, and I hope the Democrats writ large are ready to deal with that, because you're going to have to change your positions. You're going to have to pivot leftward if you want to start or maintain federal power in DC. If you want to maintain control of the White House, you want to maintain a majority in Congress, which the Democrats currently do not have. If you ever want to get that back, y'all gonna have to switch up some shit. And if y'all don't want to switch up shit, then it's incumbent upon us to figure out how we are going to survive Republican rule. And not to say it's not going to look all that different from Democratic rule. There's a lot of things that tends to happen, when Republicans get in power and when Democrats get in power. Somehow marginalized groups lose rights, right? And we need to prepare ourselves for the continued erosion of that and what that looks like for us to protect each other, to defend each other, and protect and defend ourselves. So yeah, this is shit we need to be pontificating about. So it's fuck Joe Biden. It is definitely going to be free Palestine. And if the Democrats don't want to listen to us, then let's make sure that they feel us, and we will make them feel that at the ballot box in November. Let me take a little break here, y'all. I thought I was being harassed by somebody with four legs outside my office door. I'm not gonna say no names. But I thought she was going to come in here. And I'm like, Bagheera said she wanted to get on the mic and say, fuck Joe Biden too. I said, I know that's right, Bagheera. So anyway, what's up, you guys? Thank you guys so much for showing up in here. Thanks for coming through. Oh, shit. We got some new people. Oh, what's up, Paola? How are you? Thank you for coming in. Dawn. What's Dawn H? Let me make sure, because we got Dawn E. That's Dawn Bird, Afraid Night. We got Dawn H up in here. Thank you so much, Dawn, for making some time to go. My niece Alicia. What's up, Steve Dub? Thank you so much for making time. Chichi Macha, what's up? Good to see y'all in here. All right, we got some announcements. Okay, this weekend, Maddie. Hey, Maddie girl. Thank you so much for making time. It's the March Around the Fire Disability Support Chat. Every second Saturday of the month, 5 p.m. on the East Coast time. We talk about disability. We talk about shit pertaining to disability. There was some shit pertaining to disability in the Maryland State House today. Maybe I'll look that up, Anna, and send that to y'all. I don't know. Anyway, we talk about issues pertaining to disability, people that are disabled adjacent, people that are caregivers. Y'all, 1 in 4 people in this country are disabled somehow. Physical disability, mental disability. If you yourself are not disabled, I got some bad news for you. Chances are, as you get old, or life starts lifing, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens to people in which your physical abilities may be diminished, may be affected, might be altered, whatever, man. You got to get ready for that shit. But the whole point is that our society is not set up to support disabled people properly, right? And which is wild, because we're 25% of the population, which is millions and millions of people. So anyway, we have these discussions, and it's an opportunity for people to vent and express good and bad emotions around disability. So join us. Look for the link information to be on the community section of the page. And it's also going to be on Patreon as well. Patreon.com/BIDWKB. Thank you so much to Abby, to Mama Lorraine, to Anna Hart, to everyone that has ever turned up on a Saturday and spent some time with us. I want to thank you all. I'm deeply appreciative that we have people in this community that undertake such things, and I'm so grateful for that. So if you're available, look for the information to join the Disability Around the Fire support chat this Saturday, March the 9th at 5 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hold on. Now this thing done flipped over and turned side by side. Who is that? Is that? Oh, that's Yipper. What's up, Yip? Yipper 99. Who else came through? Who did Jared say he just met in person? Manifesto came through. That's what's up. So y'all, we're talking about doing something kind of live next month. It's going to be here in DC. Stay tuned. When I say we, I mean Black Power Media. Not BIDWKB, though we should. I would just like to, I mean, if I could team up with all the local potheads, isn't there somewhere we could go? can, can we just meet up on a Saturday afternoon? Everybody bring their bud and we sit outside and blow tree. That would be my meetup. I mean, that would be my initial live event. It would be a weed smoking event. We do it a DJ next time. With the first joint, I think it should just be a smoke sesh. What say you? We have to work that out. And work it out we shall. Work it out we shall. Anyway, guys, do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, engage with the content, like, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. We appreciate it. It's Burn It Down with Kim Brown, BIDWKB around the internet. So, as I told you guys, I'm an auntie. And as such, I watch daytime television. And as such, I watch local daytime television. And here in DC, all the real news, all the actual local news, well, they stop reporting that at 9. And from 9 to noon, it is nothing but silliness, right? It is entertainment. What's going on with the celebrity dish? Oh my God, guys. Ariana Grande has revealed. I mean, it's a bunch of that, right? But it's Black folks by and large, right? This is DC, right? It's just Black people giving this news. So Thursday, whatever fucking day this is, this was yesterday. Here I am watching Good Day DC, which is typical, or watching it or have it on as I'm walking around the house. And they pop up this picture of Russell Simmons and Usher. Will, can you pop up said picture for me, please? Because I just want y'all, I'm putting y'all in my shoes, where the fuck I was when I seen this shit, right? So here they come. They pop up the picture. Hold on. Before y'all ask him, why don't you just play the clip of what you saw? Boys and girls and non-binary folks, when I tell you I searched the interwebs high and fucking low for this segment, could not find it anywhere. Couldn't find it on the website, couldn't find it, because trust me, I was aghast. So here come the group, right? They pop up this picture. So gang, this latest kerfuffle happening with Russell Simmons and Usher. Well, it turns out that the Super Bowl halftime performer took a trip out to Bali where he took this photo with, they called him former record executive. They didn't say disgraced mogul. They didn't say self-exiled person. Former record executive Russell Simmons. Here's Usher taking a picture with Russell, and they're getting such pushback across the internet. Guys, what do you guys think about this? Well, first of all, I don't think that, whatever somebody might do out in the world, that's still your friend, right? That's still your friend, and he gonna be your friend no matter what, through thick and thin. And you know what? All this tells me is that Usher's a real one out here. It don't matter what's being said about you on your internet. Russell has a real friend in Usher, and it was so nice that Usher came over there to Bali to visit Russell. And I just want to say, the things that Russell's been accused of, he hasn't been convicted of nothing. No, girl, he hasn't been convicted. You're right, he hasn't been convicted. He hasn't been convicted of nothing. I mean, if I told Sarah here that if I steal Sarah's lollipop, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know that I actually stole it. She just said I stole it. So we don't really know what was going on with Russell. But I don't understand why Usher's getting all this pushback, because that's his friend. He wanted to stand next to his friend. Y'all, when I tell you I was glued to my couch like, no, 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 no. This cannot be the take. This cannot be the take. This cannot be the take. And I know it's not the only take. It may not be the most popular take, but the fact that this was a take that I heard with my ears on the local airwaves coming out of the mouths of Black women majority, it was 3 Black women and a Black man, okay? And when I tell you the levels of disappointment, you guys, I was so fucked up. I was so fucked up because they barely mentioned, number one, why Russell is in Bali. Are we clear on what Russell Simmons is accused of doing? For those who do not know who Russell Simmons is, and I know some of y'all actually may not know who Russell Simmons is. Either you might be too old or you actually might be too young to know who Russell is. But to be clear, Russell is a hip hop mogul. He really is an icon of hip hop culture, which speaks kind of poorly about hip hop culture when you put your mind to it, right? But Russell was the co-founder of Def Jam Records. He discovered Run DMC. He was their manager. There's so many rap artists that he personally oversaw and signed to Def Jam Records, which was a prolific, Def Jam had a hell of a run. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what the fuck Def Jam doing nowadays, but in the day, oh yeah. Redman was signed to Def Jam, okay? Like, Def Jam put out records, put out classic shit out here. And Russell Simmons was overseeing all of that in addition to his fashion empire, in addition to. But in addition to all of that, Russell was apparently sexually assaulting lots of folks, including a number of women who have gone on the record. I believe the total number is 15 accusers. Most notably, former Def Jam A&R, artist and repertoire executive, Drew Dixon, who was interviewed on Black Power Media. Her HBO Max documentary called On the Record is one of the most striking things that I've ever seen. Like, I had to really prepare myself to watch Drew Dixon's documentary. Just did not feature her, by the way. It featured at least one other accuser of Russell Simmons, who says that Russell raped them. And the fact that none of this was mentioned by any of this crew on Good Day DC, like they didn't mention that there are very credible accusations, over a dozen, and you don't know why. Russell Simmons is in Bali because he is in some sort of self-exile. Russell Simmons is afraid that he will be hit with both civil and criminal charges once he steps foot back in the United States. Like, that is a very pertinent piece of the story that none of these so-called journalists bothered to include. And what made their horrible assessment about Usher's visit to Russell and why Russell was getting all this flack was made more obtuse by the fact that, again, they said this in DC. Drew Dixon is from DC, y'all. It wasn't until I saw the documentary that I really realized that Drew Dixon was an actual somebody out here. And what I mean by actual somebody, I mean, we all somebody. Everybody is somebody. I am somebody, said Jesse Jackson. Like, I am somebody. Yeah, we all somebody. But no, Drew Dixon is a somebody out here, okay? Her mama was Sharon Pratt Dixon, the first Black woman elected mayor of Washington, D.C. That's her mama. She went to Stanford. And I know I'm saying these kind of, bougie class signifier things, but in my naivete, I thought that Drew Dixon being a somebody would actually have protected her from someone like the likes of Russell Simmons, right? Because she comes from a political family of some renown. Maybe he wouldn't choose her to attack her because he might be or fear some sort of reputational repercussion. Apparently, that obviously was not the case. But for these folks on that TV station to because what really blew my mind was the erasure and the diminishing of the rape accusations, right? For the one person, and I know this person's name who was on the television. I'm not going to mention it. Just not because I ain't afraid to call nobody out, but these motherfuckers know they was being goofy. You know what I'm saying? They know they was absolutely being goofy. And the goofiest one is the one that said, well, if I took somebody's lollipop, like she really equated Russell Simmons multi rape accusations with someone stealing a lollipop, and I was galled, absolutely galled. And it was hurtful to me because I'm like, wow, you can't even expect Black women in platform positions of visibility to even take up for other Black women out here. Like we're just going to skate over the fact that this man is accused overwhelmingly of harming and attacking Black women, and we're going to equate that shit to stealing a lollipop. You're going to erase the story of a Black woman from DC who went on the record in the highest, most visible ways that you can think of. She spoke to the New York Times. She had a documentary that is airing right now on HBO Max, telling her story. Like you just ignore all that, and she's from this era. And I can tell you why Usher's visit to Russell Simmons was just glossed over. But hold on, before I get into that, can I show y'all something that Russell Simmons posted? Now, unfortunately, the video that I'm going to play is not going to have any sound. Will, if you could please cue up the video, you could start running B-roll anytime you get ready. Because in addition to posting that picture, Russell Simmons, that picture with Usher, he posted another picture, then with some other people. There was a child in the picture. The child had a leg up in the picture. People were upset about that. Okay, that's fine. So can y'all see that? Can you make that bigger? It seems a little narrow. It's not taking up a lot of space on the screen. So do y'all see these goofy niggas? So all right. So Usher is a yogi, and Russell Simmons is also a longtime yogi, longtime vegan. Well, I was about to say something mean. Maybe I won't say that. I was going to say all that fake deep shit, right? But shout out to all the fake deep people. But it's fine. But I'm saying fake deep for these fucking goofball ass motherfuckers, right? Is it playing? Can you run it back? So Russell posted this video of him and Usher hanging out and doing yoga. But the song that he played was Beyonce's Love on Top. Pause. Fuck, I'm so mad at the BPM bros for even making me aware of the reemergence of pause. But fucking pause, my nigga. Hold on. Love on Top, y'all, is playing behind all of this yoga shit. And I thought Beyonce meant Love on Top for her husband, for her boo thing. I thought, Love on Top was kind of a song like for couples, right? Like not like best friends, which I guess Russell was making it clear that him and Usher are the bestest of friends, the bestest of friends. And then let me bring this back to Usher really quick here, because Usher seems to have very poor taste in friends. We know that Usher is very good friends with Diddy. We are also well aware of the latest litany of accusations of the sexual abuse kind that Diddy has against him. Now, let me be clear here, y'all. I'm not surprised that Usher's kind of on some weirdo shit. And let me be clear, I think there are accusations against Usher, but I'm not sure. There are lots of accusations against so many people. Sometimes I get these joints all confused, but we know Russell absolutely has credible accusations against him. And here's my thing, y'all. If you want to hang out with rapists, hang out with rapists, but you don't have to tell us. Nobody asked you, was you gonna go hang out with your rapey homie? Nobody asked you, Usher. So when you get shit online, kind of going back to some stories we talked about here recently, when you overshare and then the internet responds with their, basically unsolicited opinions, to the tune of millions of said opinions, then you kind of got to take that shit, right? Rightly or wrongly, you got to take it, because at the end of the day, you put it out there. Nobody else would have known that you was hanging out with Russell Simmons had you not told us. And that, to me, I think is pretty interesting and revealing, because to me, it, and I don't want to get into conspiracy theories because I'm not that kind of person. I'm not Illuminati. I don't give a fuck about them niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm with Pac on that shit. Kill Illuminati, right? Whatever. If they exist, kill them niggas. But um it did seem a bit of elitist signaling to me, because Usher's in a hot spot right now, right? He's coming off the Super Bowl halftime. He's coming off this very successful Vegas residency. He announced his arena tour that will be happening this summer, the day of the Super Bowl, the day after the Super Bowl, right? He just got married to a record executive insider. So, Usher's rolling right now. So Usher and Usher was invited to perform at that Super Bowl halftime by Jay-Z, right? So I'm seeing Usher go in public, not to say that I don't think that he ever condemned Russell or really had much to say about his accusations, Russell Simmons' accusations, besides that, that's my boy, I stand with him, whatever. But the signaling that sends to the world that, okay, Usher is publicly acknowledging Russell. Does that mean that it's time for Russell to come back home? Does that mean that the rest of the industry elites, the music industry elites, particularly the black ones, are they ready to re-welcome Russell back into the fold? Because hey, those accusations, that was years ago. Years ago. Y'all surely y'all still can't be on that shit, are you? Y'all still ain't on that Me Too shit, right? Oh, Russ can come on home, right? Right. He can come home with no worries, right? Usher gave him the high five. um, there's that. So I do think there's a little bit of signaling happening with this public embrace of Russell Simmons by Usher. So I want you guys to keep an eye out for that. Because I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all, isn't there a Run DMC documentary coming out? And my concern was, is this are we re-softening people for the return of Russell Simmons? Because you can't really talk about Run DMC without Russell Simmons, right? Like, he was an integral part of the group, of the formation of the group, the promotion of the group, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I will not take away Russell's accomplishments from him and what he was able to accomplish for and with hip hop culture and for rap culture, but that don't excuse 15 rapes. Just like, I'm sorry. That don't excuse. I mean, and those are just 15 accusers that came forward. God knows what the real number is, right? He probably don't even know, right? Which is a scary thought within itself. But back to the black misleadership, in which I will characterize black media personalities. Like, it's one thing not to promote, black self-determination or pro-blackness or any of that, right? It's a whole nother thing. Again, it's a whole nother level of insidiousness to not even acknowledge the on the record accusations set forth by black women, and to just trivialize it, diminish it, hand wave it away. Why? Because as a media personality, that it's really not safe. Still not safe to come out and be very critical about Russell Simmons, right? In spite of these credible accusations, Russell is still a very powerful person out here. If you don't believe me, and now I feel like a goofy because I didn't pull the video. If you don't believe that Russell Simmons is still a powerful person out here, go, when y'all finish here, go look on YouTube and look up Russell Simmons' daughter makes like a tearful, goes live tearfully. And I can't remember if it was Aoki or was it Ming Lee. But one of the daughters that he has with Kimura, this young woman, I can't remember if this was a year ago, 2 years ago. It's not hard to find. She went live and she was so tearful. She was crying. She was upset. And because she was upset that the way that her father was speaking about her sister, the things that her father was saying negatively about her mother, etc. And part of the young woman's tearful revelation, She said, I'm probably not going to be able to get a job in entertainment or in music because of what I'm saying about my father. My father will put the word, I'm paraphrasing here. She was saying that my father will put the negative word out on me. Basically, she was afraid that her father would blackball her. Her father, okay? She was afraid her father would blackball her from the industry for simply speaking her truth about how he has treated her and her sister and the negative things and negative ways in which he treated her mother. So I know these little birds on this couch on Channel 5, if Russell Simmons' daughter was afraid of being blackballed, I can understand, though I vehemently disagree fully. I can understand why people would want to saw shoe and tiptoe around the elephant in the room. That it is very likely, all of the rape accusations, if not all, a majority of the rape accusations against Russell Simmons are likely true. Okay. And well, and I know part of a journalist, let me pay both sides here, even though I'm firmly on one side. I know there's certain things you can't say, but there's certain ways in which you can say things without making them declaratory facts, right? That's why everybody and their mother got good sense enough to say allegedly, right? At some point, right? Just say the shit allegedly, allegedly. Well, allegedly, there's a number. There was ways in which the acknowledgement of Black women's experience, Black women from right here's experience with Russell Simmons. There's ways that could have been handled without being flippant about it, and I was very disappointed. I mean, and maybe I shouldn't have been disappointed. See, this is where I fall down with identity politics, right? Like, I would like to think that since so many Black women have similar shared experiences, that I don't have to be disappointed when I see Black women falling down to me on that responsibility. But I did feel some kind of way about watching that segment and just was like, I felt like my actual feelings were hurt. I was like, wow, like this is what I can expect. Like we are not even on the same page with this shit. Like we like, oh, well, we don't really know what happened. No, I guess we don't know what happened. But my question is this: like, what's the number of accusers? Like, how many accusers does it take for an accusation to be credible? You know? And I would wonder this openly sometimes, like about R. Kelly or shit, maybe in this case, even Diddy as well. Like, what's the number? Like, is it one? Is it two? Like, is it five? Is it 10? Like, see, because when we start getting, especially into the double digits, when we start hitting them tens and ups, like, all of those accusers are not lying. They are all not lying. How many accusers did Bill Cosby have? What, 30 plus 50? I'm sorry. All 30 of them was lying? All 30 of them? Same with R. Kelly. Like, what is the number? I need to know, like, what is the number that all of a sudden that will flip the switch and people be like, oh, you know, that's just probably true. You know what I'm saying? Because I be in confusion. I really do. I really do. So anyway, I really didn't care about Russell Simmons and Usher until I saw that fabulously horrific erasing take, ill-informed take, just very disappointing take that I saw come out of the mouths of three Black women. And let me not even bomb on the brother here, because the brother, it was three Black women and a Black man. And the brother's take wasn't great. But at least to his credit, he said, you know, he acknowledged the accusations and he said something to the effect, you know, we don't want to, you know, belittle the accusations of which Russell's being accused. He didn't say rape accusations, but he said serious accusations. And again, his take wasn't great, but at least his was not as bad as what was offered by those three sisters. And let me tell y'all a little something about that brother too. I don't know these people personally at all. I think his name is Steven. Good looking dude. He is very easy to watch on the eyes. But when I tell you, Stephen will read anything put in that teleprompter. I mean anything. thing. Okay. I don't trust a word that's coming out of Steven's mouth because Steven will read any fucking thing in that prompt, a mistake and all. And I said, who boy? It's who boy. It's a good thing he's good looking because shit. I can't, sir. You didn't read your copy ahead of time. I cannot trust. I do not trust the things that you were saying. But regardless, so anyway, y'all, just please try to correct the narrative. Okay, fine. Well, Usher can hang out with whoever he want to hang out with. Yeah, he can, and that's fine. But how do you feel about that as an Usher fan? How do I feel about that as an Usher fan? Like, I like Usher, I guess. I definitely like him a lot less now that I'm seeing him openly hang out with his bestie, Russell Simmons. It's like, oh, Usher, again, you openly kicking it with rapists. And how many of these dudes are we just going to allow this to happen? See, a lot of people don't like to remember that Jay-Z, Sean Carter, made not one, but two albums with convicted pedophile R. Kelly. How come that don't get brought up in Jay-Z's history, huh? How come every time people recap a Jay-Z resume, nobody like to mention that Jay-Z made two albums with a pedophile? Two, not just one, two. And to be clear, oh wait, R. Kelly hadn't been convicted yet. He had not been convicted. This is correct because R. Kelly was delaying those trials out of Illinois for many, many years. And that was part of Jay-Z's plausible deniability. Well, I don't know what he was doing. He wasn't convicted yet. Yeah, well, here's the problem with that. His R. Kelly's alleged marriage, I can't even call it alleged because he was married. He married Aaliyah. What was that, y'all? 95, 94? Aaliyah was 15. R. Kelly was 27. Everybody knew about that, nigga. I was in high school and I knew fucking about that. And then 4 years later, R. Kelly's alleged, I can't even call them sex tapes because they were child sex materials being bought and sold at every fucking barbershop in 1998 and 1999, y'all. Bad times, bad times. You trying to tell me Jay-Z ain't know about that shit? The fuck he didn't. But nobody likes to ask Jay-Z, how come you made two albums with the known pedophile? And here's the bottom line, because all these niggas run together, okay? Like, even if Usher is not the rapist, even if Jay-Z is not the rapist, you run with known rapists. So what does that make you? At minimum, it makes you a rape enabler. In some ways, it kind of makes you a rape apologist. I don't see why any man would want to hang out with another man that he knows steals pussy. Why? Why do you want to say that that's your friend? We're going to look at you like you's the goofy. But the problem is, back to the couch, back to the birds on the couch. All the plausible deniability. If the shit doesn't happen in the court of law, well, I guess the shit didn't happen then. I guess R. Kelly never raped Aaliyah because she didn't press charges. And her mama and them ain't pressed charges. So I guess he wasn't guilty. Okay, well, I need goofy niggas to apply two things to your logic and to your takes. Apply some fucking common sense and apply some discernment. You can say the thing straight up and couch it in the verbiage that protects you as a journalist, that protects you as a media personality. But don't erase it. Don't ignore it. Don't act like the shit is not a rampant problem in our society and in your industry that you in. You lose credibility to me. But trust me, these niggas ain't worried about losing credibility with me, but that's fine. But I just want y'all to know that there's goofy shit out there and I need y'all to be aware of it. And please kindly check it when you see it. We have to stop allowing goofy shit to ride. Most importantly, the erasure of Black women's experiences and our traumas, lest of all being erased by our own, being erased by each other. Can we please knock it the fuck off? Thank you. Whew, okay, I feel better. I have to shake that off. I had to let that out. Y'all, I mean, tell you, I was stuck. Like, I was literally stuck for like 10 minutes after that. And I couldn't believe what I seen. And then I'm like, wow, I should probably rewind this on the DVR and record it on my phone to present it here today so y'all could see it. And I said, no, I said they replay Good Day DC on the website. I'll go back and find it. Y'all, went to find the celebrity dish segment on Good Day DC from Thursday, March the 7th. When I tell you that shit won't there, when I tell you that shit was not there, I said, ooh, I wonder if somebody else was mad about that shit. Alicia, thank you, baby. Thank you. So your birthday is what? Your birthday is tomorrow, Alicia. No. Hold on. The message went south. Wait a minute. Happy early birthday to Alicia. Alicia, you Aries out here, baby. If it's fire sign, it makes sense. That makes sense to me. Thank you, Alicia. That is what's up. Happy early birthday to Alicia. Alicia, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your activism. Thank you so much for being who you are. And send our love to your baby son and to the cats. I know you got cat too. You have one cat or two cats. But we love you out there in the Twin Cities, baby. Happy early birthday to all them Aries, them fire signs ready to burn shit up. Burn it up, girl. That's what's up. And your birthday falls on a Saturday. What kind of beautifulness is that? I hope you get good weather. KNS. What's up, Rao's Pasta Sauce? Thank you so much. James, what's up, man? Thank you so much. Manifesto, you heard your name. Oh, somebody who called you and told you was getting talked about. Kim over there talking about you, man. You better go over there and see what you're talking about. Nah, bro, we don't, we big up over here. Well, that's not true. We do big up and we do tear down sometimes, but not our folks. We shit on people we don't like over here. We big up all the folks that we like and who support us. So that's what's up. So anyway, Chichi Macha Dawn, thank you so much, Yipper99. Shout out to Courtney. Courtney, I see you in the back posted up in the cut. You know what I'm saying? Courtney got a mask on. She don't want nobody to come up to her tonight. That's fine. Big up to Latif. Big up to Chuck Diesel. Big up, big up, big up. Sweary Farry, thank you so much, guys. Oh! Did I already say Piper Carter? Don't forget, y'all, as Quaker has reminded us, Quaker, I'm going to shoot Piper Carter a text, and we're going to correct that because it is not 8 a.m. on Monday, 3/11. 3/11. Anybody? We got any 3/11 fans in here? I'll tell y'all my 3/11. I never met 3/11. That's not I met 3/11 story. My first 3/11 concert story is a good one. I saw them in Tulsa at Kane's Ballroom. But y'all might not even know who the fuck 3/11 is, so I'm gonna shut up. So anyway, 3/11 is a rock band, regardless. But anyway, March 11th, 3/11. Join us, Black Power Media, Beyond Breaking Barriers, Kim Brown, Piper Carter podcast. I'm telling y'all, I'm so excited about this. I'm going to post to the community section as well, to my Instagram as well at BIDWKB. So you guys can set the notifications and the bells, etc. And check this out. Like I'm very excited to be joined by Piper, and I'm appreciative. But I don't think she's going to ask me about me. I think we're going to talk about rap. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, shout out to Letterhack. Letterhack, let me chew on it, because again, I'm not used to being asked questions about myself. It's very, I'm not sure how comfortable I am with that. So I got to think about it. But I appreciate the invitation, and I thank you so much for interviewing a good chunk of our BPM comrades over there on your channel and on your platform. Thank you so much for spreading that info. Cindy, what's up, Cindy Rose? How you feel? Thank you so much for your love, Cindy Rose. We love you. We love you so much. Rose Alba and Vesper X, you both have sent me things. I still have not been to the UPS store, so I don't want you guys to think that Kim don't give a fuck. Don't think that. Don't think that. I have not been to the UPS store yet. I am aware that your things have arrived. I just got to get to the UPS store. So please, I just want to thank you in advance, because I'm aware that y'all sent things, and I thank you. So please don't feel no way that I haven't gotten it yet, because y'all know I don't drive. I have not a car. So anyway, Wendy, thank you so much. Thank you. Who is this person? I can't read. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Some person from BK. We appreciate you. The Emperor from BK. Thank you. We appreciate y'all joining us. So anyway, gang, I'm going to push off. We'll see you Saturday for the Around the Fire Disability Support Chat. We'll see you Monday for the Piper Carter podcast. Tuesday, guys, I may not be here. I've asked, well, shit, let me not put Will on the spot, even though I just did. I asked Will what he might want to host. He's going to let us know. If you want to host, if you want to guest host, shoot me a message. We'll work on that. We'll see if we're able to do that. So anyway, gang, I'm gonna push off. You guys enjoy your weekend. Have a wonderful, safe weekend. Free Palestine. Free them all. Free all the political prisoners. Free everybody. Free everybody. Let us get free. Thanks again, guys. We'll see y'all back here on Tuesday. Thank you so much to Will and Molly. We will see y'all later. Bye-bye. Thanks, guys.